All right. So we're presented with a problem right here by asking, how many of you think what's the best form to solve this? Okay, she says graphing. I do not agree. Substitution, I would totally agree with. One, my value for x is already given, right? And so there you go. Substitution, I'm going to take this one because it does fit the criteria of a variable by itself. That actually happens twice in this problem. I'm going to substitute x equaling -3. That's going to be y equals -3 plus 2. So y is going to equal -1. So my solution, since I already have the value for x,
That was easy.
there it is.
If I would have known that it was like that, I wouldn't have told you to work.
It's okay. It's all right because we had somebody say graphing. So graphing, I'm going to show you how you do graphing. Can anybody do this in their calculator?
I mean, the x equals -3 would just like be on the, it'd be going straight up and down, wouldn't it be?
All right, so can I put these into my calculator right here and graph them? Look at my calculator.
You can put the x plus 2.
I can put the x plus 2. I totally agree. What about the next one?
You could put x, I don't know.
Be just like -3.
-3, yeah.
No, could you put x minus, could you,
I can't do it. Does anybody remember why I can't put this into my calculator?
I don't have a y.
You're right. You're right. I don't have a y. And when I had an x equaled graph, that's a non-function. This is a function graphing calculator. Doesn't mean I can't graph it by hand. But what kind of line is created on an x equaled graph? I agree it's a straight line. Vertical line. Vertical line. So I will graph this one for you so we can see what that is. And so it looks like I would need graph paper to do so. So I'm going to graph it by hand like I have graph paper. Now technically I'm still not going to be completely accurate because I don't have the boxes and my little tick marks are probably not spaced out correctly. And so I'm going to graph the first one at +2. And I'm going to go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, down 1 this way, down 1 this way. Okay? And therefore, my first graph looks like that. Now, how do I graph a -3? It's going to go to -3, and it's going to go be vertical right through there. So if I do it by hand, how can I accurately find what the value is?
You just pick 2 points on each side.
Here's the point right there.
No, I mean on the sides of the...
But I can't do it in my calculator. So I'm going to have to do it in my brain.
can't you just count see where the intersection is?
You can.
Just count there?
I can. And you see I have -3, and I can go, okay, that looks like -1 based on my drawing. If I had graph paper, I could be more precise, right? Because it has the boxes. All right? But
You couldn't type it in the calculator now?
I could not because I still can't generate a vertical line graph in my graphing calculator.
Well, that's weird. Why do people do that?
Because this is a function graphing calculator and an x equaled is not a function. So that's the best way you could use the graphing concept. All right, elimination. For elimination, the first characteristics for elimination are what? There it is. Standard form. Neither one of my, well, one of my equations is in standard form, but I have to move this one to get in standard form. So it's going to be -x plus y equals 2, and the other one is going to be x plus 0y equals -3. Correct?
Yeah, sure.
Huh?
Couldn't have told you how you got to the bottom of it.
I just moved the x to the other side right here to get my -x. And this one, since the y is not there, I know its coefficient has to be 0. And I wrote it in ax plus by equals c standard form. Okay? And so, I have a coefficient of 1. I actually already have the opposites of each other, so if I add these, my x's cancel out, my y is this. There's my value for y. Right? And so I can plug it back in. Negative x plus negative 1 equals 2 when I substitute y equals negative 1. Negative x minus 1 plus 2. Add. Negative x equals 3. Divide by negative 1. X equals negative 3. So I can do them all three ways, but which one was the best?
Substitute.
There it is.